Stop wasting your time on crochet projects that are way too hard for beginners. I'm about to show you the exact projects you should actually be starting with. Look, I know you've probably seen those insanely complicated blankets and sweaters all over social media. And yeah, they look amazing, but here's the thing. Jumping into projects like that when you're just starting out is the fastest way to get frustrated and give up completely. I've seen it happen to so many people, and honestly, it's completely avoidable. So in this video, I'm breaking down the best crochet projects for beginners. These are projects that will actually teach you the skills you need without making you want to throw your yarn across the room. And the best part? You'll end up with stuff you can actually use or give as gifts. But before we get into the projects, we need to talk about why most beginners fail at crochet. And it's not because they're bad at it or don't have talent, it's because they pick the wrong first project. Here's what usually happens. Someone decides they want to learn crochet. They go on Pinterest or Instagram and they see this gorgeous cardigan or this intricate granny square blanket. They think, I want to make that. So they buy all the yarn, they watch a tutorial, and within like 20 minutes, they're completely lost. The pattern doesn't make sense, their tension is all wrong, they don't even know what half the abbreviations mean. And then they just quit. I've been there. My first crochet project was a disaster. I tried to make a scarf, which sounds simple enough, right? Wrong. I didn't understand tension at all. One end was super tight and narrow, and the other end was loose and wide. It looked like a wonky triangle. I was so embarrassed that I actually hid it in my closet for like 6 months. But here's what changed everything for me. I stopped trying to make complicated things and focused on projects that taught me one skill at a time. And that's exactly what I want to help you do. So let's start with the absolute easiest project you can make as a beginner. And this is something that pretty much every crochet teacher will tell you to start with: a dishcloth. I know, it sounds boring. You probably wanted me to say something exciting, like a cute stuffed animal or a trendy bag. But hear me out. Dishcloths are actually perfect for beginners, and here's why. First, they're small. You can finish one in just a couple of hours, which means you get that satisfying feeling of completing something without investing days or weeks into it. Second, they only use basic stitches. You can make a perfectly good dishcloth with just the chain stitch and single crochet. That's it. Third, if you mess up, who cares? It's going in your kitchen sink. Nobody's judging your dishcloth. But here's the real reason dishcloths are amazing for beginners. They teach you tension control. This is probably the most important skill in crochet, and it's something you can only learn by doing. When you make a dishcloth, you'll see immediately if your tension is off, because the edges will start curling or the whole thing will be lopsided. And because it's such a small project, you can experiment with different yarn weights and hook sizes without wasting a ton of materials. Plus, once you've made a couple of dishcloths, you can actually use them or give them as gifts. People love handmade dishcloths. They're way better than the ones you buy at the store because you can make them thicker and more durable. Now, once you've made a couple of dishcloths and you're feeling comfortable with basic stitches, it's time to move on to project number 2, a simple scarf. And I'm not talking about a fancy scarf with complicated stitch patterns. I'm talking about a basic rectangular scarf made with just single crochet or half double crochet stitches. This project takes what you learned from the dishcloth and extends it into something longer. The reason this is such a good second project is because it teaches you consistency. When you're making a scarf, you need to keep the same tension and the same stitch count for rows and rows and rows. This might sound tedious, but it's actually super valuable practice. This is where you really develop muscle memory for your stitches. And here's a pro tip. Use chunky yarn and a big hook for your first scarf. Something like a size N or P hook with bulky weight yarn. This makes the project go way faster and it's easier to see your stitches, which means you'll make fewer mistakes. You can finish a chunky scarf in just a few hours, and it'll actually keep you warm in the winter. The other great thing about scarves is that you can get creative with color changes without adding any complexity to the actual stitching. You can make stripes by switching colors every few rows, which makes your scarf look way more interesting without requiring any new skills. All right, so you've made some dishcloths and a scarf. You're starting to feel pretty confident with your basic stitches. Now it's time for project number 3, and this is where things get a little more fun. A simple beanie or hat. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Working in the round sounds scary, but it's actually not that hard, and it opens up a whole new world of crochet projects. Once you know how to crochet in a circle, you can make hats, bowls, baskets, stuffed animals, and so much more. The key is to start with a really simple hat pattern. Look for one that uses basic stitches and doesn't have any complicated shaping or stitch patterns. Just a straightforward beanie that you work in continuous rounds. Here's why hats are perfect for beginners who are ready to level up. First, they're still pretty quick. You can make a basic beanie in an afternoon. Second, they teach you how to crochet in the round, which is an essential skill. Third, they're actually useful. Everyone needs hats, and handmade hats make great gifts. The trickiest part of making a hat is getting the sizing right, but honestly, you don't need to stress too much about this for your first one. If it ends up being a little too big or a little too small, just give it to someone else or keep it as a practice piece. The point is to learn the technique, not to create a perfect product. And once you've made one hat, you'll probably want to make like 10 more because they're actually really fun and satisfying to make. Now this is where you can really start showing off your new skills. A simple market bag or tote bag. Bags are amazing because they're practical, they look impressive, and they're actually not that hard to make. A basic market bag is just a rectangle or circle that you work in the round and then add handles to. That's it. But here's why bags are such a good project for beginners who have made it this far. They teach you about structure. Unlike a scarf or a blanket, a bag needs to be sturdy enough to hold things. This means you need to think about your yarn choice, your stitch choice, and your tension in a different way. For your first bag, I'd recommend using a sturdy cotton yarn and a relatively tight stitch like single crochet or half double crochet. This will give you a bag that actually holds its shape and can carry some weight. And once you've made a basic bag, you can start experimenting with different styles. Add a lining to make it more polished, try different handle options, play with color work or stitch patterns. Now, project number 6 is optional, but it's one of my favorites for beginners. A simple amigurumi or stuffed animal. I know this might sound complicated, but basic amigurumi is actually very beginner-friendly. The reason is that most amigurumi patterns use the same basic techniques, working in the round with single crochet stitches, increasing and decreasing to create shapes, and then assembling the pieces. Start with something really simple, like a little ball or a basic animal shape. Don't try to make a complicated character with tons of tiny pieces. Just make something cute and simple to learn the basics. The reason I love amigurumi for beginners is that it teaches you precision. Your stitches need to be consistent and fairly tight so that the stuffing doesn't show through. This level of precision will make you better at every other type of crochet project. Plus, amigurumi is just fun. There's something really satisfying about creating a 3-dimensional object from yarn. So those are 6 solid project ideas for beginners. But here's what I really want you to take away from this video. Don't rush. Don't feel like you need to jump straight into complicated projects just because you see other people making them. Every single person who's good at crochet started exactly where you are right now. They made wonky dishcloths and lumpy scarves and hats that didn't quite fit right. That's part of the learning process. The key is to pick projects that teach you 1 or 2 new skills at a time. Master those skills, then move on to something slightly more challenging. This approach might feel slow, but it's actually